Today we need to get into semi-intimate pics of V and what that was about and what was going on. We also have RM's teaser for Come Back to Me, and a lot of people are talking about these specific lead actresses and what's going on with that. And then we have a lot of content being hacked and removed, and we need to get into that. So hey, this is Dave. Decide hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Make sure you join us fangirling on Patreon with some free content on Saturdays now, and let's go. So this is absolutely crazy, and I found myself in a little bit of a rabbit hole when I found out about this. If you're not aware, Stray Kids was recently at the Met Gala, and there were a lot of alleged nude paparazzis. Now, their information was leaked because they were saying a lot of stuff that the community didn't like. So they were kind of yelling at them, and they were kind of saying some racist things. Now, when I mentioned this, I also mentioned that they were saying this to everybody. This is just pretty much how they react to a lot of different celebrities. Paparazzis and those photographers don't really have respect for the talent they photograph. However, one thing I was seeing a lot of was that they just don't respect Stray Kids because they're not big enough, or they don't respect them because they're not like mainstream pop celebrities that are like the white celebrities. And that I will say I disagree, because I think any of them know that any person who is at the Met Gala is obviously a famous person. Their comments were nothing along the lines of, oh, who are these people? Or why are they celebrities? Or nothing like that. However, yes, they were very rude and semi-racist, as one of them used a Japanese word to yell at them with. Now, the backlash to this was huge and didn't stop. I thought the backlash would pretty much stop with them just making some noise online, making some noise on Twitter, and hoping that the paparazzis would see it. But no, us K-pop fans are absolutely insane, and we do the most. So all of their names get leaked, and there was even someone's name who got leaked and their website was hacked. Now, I'm not going to say the name of this specific photographer because I don't want to be driving more hate to them, because that's not what this channel is about. But someone tracked down their Instagram and they hacked their website, where there were all these photos that they took and instead just put a blank page that said, "Apologize, Stray Kids." Now, I don't know if this was the person who yelled a Japanese word to the boys, because to me, the person who was racist, obviously I would think deserves repercussions. However, the other people who were just yelling at the boys, I think that they just do that to everybody. However, that would be interesting, because now going forward, they might be a little self-cautious of putting their name on things, or might be a little bit more cautious of saying those words out loud. So basically, don't say the quiet part out loud. And this was definitely interesting, because I think going forward, this could also set an example for how people, especially paparazzis, need to treat people with more respect. It's very interesting because, as far as I've been aware, the paparazzis who have done such horrible things, like especially ones that have done horrible things to someone like Britney Spears, have never gotten their repercussions for it. And I'm not saying specifically those paparazzis who were after her didn't do anything extremely dangerous or illegal. At least I don't know. I'm sure they might have, but I don't know. However, those who have done some things that were illegal and horrible, they deserve to go to jail, and a lot of them are not in jail. We already have a lot of rules about what paparazzis can do because they have invaded such personal space of celebrities, but I'm wondering if we can get rules on people who disrespect celebrities to not be allowed to go to certain events again. Or maybe this won't be just like a law, this would be more so a courtesy or an etiquette thing, that celebrities won't even go to the event if they don't have nice photographers. Because something that I didn't realize, and most people probably didn't know, is that the photographers don't work for the event. They're photographers that will apply. They would essentially apply for a press pass, and they can have access to the event, and then they kind of just go and they stand behind the area where they can take pictures of the celebrity. So if specific photographers or paparazzis are known to be a bit more rude, they can just not be allowed to go to that event again. A lot of photographers that I know, especially the older ones, are very rude, and this is the stuff that needs to change. Since the event has happened, there's been a lot of edits online, and specifically there's a lot of edits of Jungkook potentially going to the event and what he would look like, what his outfit would be, and what the whole vibe would be. Of course, a lot of this is just speculation, or more so fantasy, so some people think that it could happen, and other people think that it's just going to be something that they wish. And then there was a photo that came out that I'm not exactly sure if it was photoshopped, AI, or not, and it was of V. I think this was AI, and I think it was created as sort of a fantasy because of the Met Gala and that sort of stuff. Now, it was a photo of V with his open shirt, and it was a photo of just his torso. And then there was a photo of just his torso where you could really see his abs. And then you could see it was covered in glitter. People were hoping that this would be something that he would potentially wear if he were to ever go to the Met Gala. And other people were just thinking that It was really hot to see him in this fashion. Now, I think V probably would have really defined abs by now since he's been in the military and since he's been doing the training. And if he potentially were to come out of the military, I do actually see that something like this could happen. Now, would he ever do a shirtless thing to the point where it would look like this? That I would be unsure. However, I think the idea of him potentially doing this, or even these AI generated photos, have driven people absolutely crazy. Some of these AI pictures are so realistic and so real that I literally would have no idea. The only way that I would even know if something is AI or not is if you just search official accounts and see if said thing was ever posted. Because the only reason why I knew this was fake is because I had never seen this photo before. And I feel like if it was posted by official sources, then it would have been a lot bigger and would have gotten a lot more virality than what this was. So that is the only way I knew. However, if a photo were to actually go super viral, I wouldn't even be sure if it was AI or not. Now, ARM has released his teaser to Come Back to Me, and apparently there was some sort of release or spoiler where it was talked about who the actress was in the video. If you're unaware, and if you haven't seen any of the teasers, you simply just watch the teaser video, and even if some of the posters for the song, you would see that it's looking very cinematic. And it's looking like it could be a movie. It could even be like a film music video where it's like 14 minutes long or something. And I totally see that being a possibility. Now, the main actress who is said to be the lead for the female lead in the video is named Kim Min-ha. Now, she apparently was in a show that ARM had posted on his story a long time ago. So ARM and the BTS boys love to post their favorite TV shows or movies that they enjoy. And they post it on their story to recommend their followers to watch it or to just let their followers know what they're up to. And one of the shows that he had posted a couple years ago was a show with this actress in it. Similar to a lot of K-dramas, a lot of them are about romance. So this was no different. And Kim Min-ha had a lot of kissing scenes in the show. A lot of people were wondering if that was going to happen in this music video because she's used to filming those kissing scenes in other shows, that she would potentially even be open to doing something like that. Now, my opinion here is that that's probably unlikely. It wouldn't ever actually happen because I think that RM and the label would be very much aware of the sort of backlash they would get over a kissing scene. I think K-pop has very much been pushed very far already, i.e. the members cursing, the members taking off their shirt, that sort of stuff. But I think kissing might even just have to be something that won't ever be done in K-pop until many, many generations down. It has to be slowly introduced. It has to be slowly introduced to the point where a lot of groups and K-pop idols are doing it, and then, you know, you can have more kissing scenes and it will be more accepted. It's interesting because a lot of actors and actresses are allowed to do kissing scenes and they're allowed to date, and it really isn't a big deal at all. No one is ever upset when two actors are dating or sleeping with each other or whatever it is, because they tend to see that as normal. The audience sees it on screen, I guess, and they think that, well, I would like them to be a couple or whatever it is. But I think this is really an unfair double standard because there's a lot of K-pop idols that should be allowed to date because no one in their audience owns them. They're allowed to do whatever they want. People like to say things and argue that fans are supporting the K-pop idols so that the K-pop idol needs to repay them by keeping themselves single. And the idea here is that they keep themselves single so that they can dedicate time to their craft and to their fans instead of dedicating the fans' money and all that stuff to a lover. So a lot of the fans are not happy with the idea of them buying albums and giving their money to a K-pop star only for the K-pop star to turn around and give it to a lover. However, isn't that so crazy? Doesn't that sound so ridiculous? If you give someone your money, don't have any expectation behind the money that you're giving. You're buying the album also for a selfish reason yourself. You're buying it because you like the song. You're buying several albums because you want all the posters or you want a chance at a fan meet for yourself. You're doing it for selfish reasons. I think, of course, celebrities should be so grateful and show gratitude toward their audience. They wouldn't be anywhere without them, obviously, but they don't owe the audience more than the art that they're giving the audience because that's what made you fall in love with them to begin with. If they are just your average person and doesn't really do anything or post or whatever, most people really wouldn't like them or even know who they are. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.